Hello folks, how are you all? I hope you are well, fine and good. So in this video lecture, we'll be having the new feature which is inculcated and merged with Defender, I can say MDE, and it actually helps in each and every analyst to not to put manual efforts. So let us begin about the session all about Microsoft Defender isolating the unknown to block advanced attacks. So what actually here is that Microsoft has started testing a new Defender feature for endpoint, okay, which has a capacity, and it's authorized to block any sort of malicious traffic, okay, from undiscovered endpoints. Along with that, it actually prevents the attack lateral movement and also contain the suspicious and malicious IPs, okay, before it causes major damage. So what here yet to be discovered and onboarded to the Defender for endpoint, okay, it is yet to be discovered, and the new feature will actually prevent cyber attackers, cyber threat actors from spreading from other compromised devices by eventually blocking the incoming and outgoing communication with the devices, okay, using contained IP addresses. Okay, along with that, Defender for endpoint has evolved into comprehensive security solution, adapting and identifying and isolating the compromised device and prevent from any further cyber attacks. Okay, so understanding endpoint isolation. Okay, so we have to understand how actually the endpoint isolation actually happens. Okay, so one is manual isolation and there is automatic attack distribution. So what actually this manual identification or manual isolation is all about? So Microsoft analyst, okay, so security analyst or Microsoft analyst or threat analyst or cyber analyst can manually isolate the devices through the Microsoft 365 Defender portal. Okay, they actually can do these manual efforts, okay, via API calls. So what actually here does is that the effective cutoff of the devices, okay, from the network while maintaining communication with the Defender service for ongoing monitoring. Along with that, the MDE can autonomously detect and respond to threat, okay, by isolating compromised devices and accounts, okay, which this actually prevents the attacker from advancing their objective and limits the scope of potential damage. Okay, so actually this capability enhances security posture and can automatic attack distribution as well. So the endpoint isolation is a security strategies, okay, that actually evolves serving a compromised device, okay, devices network, okay, connection, and also to prevent the spread of threat. Okay, so this approach is crucial. Okay, this approach is what this approach is very crucial and vital in halting lateral movement by attacker within a network. Okay, it actually does that. How we can understand the endpoint isolation through manual isolation as well as through automatic attack distribution. Then after discussing the further slide, it is all about behavioral blocking and contaminant. How actually Microsoft Defender has a behavioral analytics to block the threat. Okay, one is client behavioral blocking, and there is feedback loop blocking, and there is all about EDR in block mode. Okay, so let us discuss about the client behavioral blocking. So what actually the client behavioral blocking is all about? So here what actually does is that Defender, so it actually has the machine learning. Okay, so it is having ML. Okay, so it actually what actually does is that through ML capability, it identifies the halt of malicious behavior on the endpoint in real time. Also along with that, it providing immediate protection against emerging threat. Okay, it provides that. Then after feedback loop blocking, so when a threat when a threat is detected on one device, so this mechanism shares a intelligence across the network to uh, you know uh, promptly block, okay, predefinedly block, or you can say very precautionary measure, as a foremost measure, it actually block the similar threat, okay, elsewhere as well. EDR in block mode. Let us discuss about the EDR in block mode. So what actually here EDR in block mode actually does? The endpoint and response operate in block mode to stop malicious activity even if the primary antivirus solution does not detect. even if our AV fails, EDR does is that. So this is all about EDR in block mode. So the traditional antivirus solution often rely on known signature based threats, and in an effective against novel sophisticated attacks, MD addresses behavioral blocking and also the contamination measure as well. Okay, so these are the critical most aspects of client behavioral blocking, feedback loop blocking, then EDR in loop, block mode. So these three strategies of behavioral blocking in EDR helps us in analyzing the things and blocking any suspicious threat whenever it strikes in the environment. So isolating unmatched and unmanaged and Linux devices. How actually the defender does that. Okay, so unmanaged Windows devices and Linux devices. So MDE, okay, Microsoft Defender for Endpoint can now contaminate device not enrolled in the Defender program by instructing managed devices, okay, to block communication with the suspended compromised device. Okay, along with that the Linux devices, so admins can manually isolate the Linux devices, okay, enrolled in MDE serving their network connection while maintaining the monitoring capabilities. So recognizing that not all devices in the network are managed or run on Windows, but Microsoft has extended MDE, okay, capability, okay, to include unmanaged Windows devices and Linux devices, I can say. So this is how actually it isolates the unmanaged and Linux devices. So proceeding further, we will be having a discussion on the automatic attack distribution. Let us discuss about how actually it does. So automatic attack distribution, one is identifying the compromised assets, contaminate action, and after reducing the impact. So these three strategies plays a very crucial and important role. So how actually it does is that, so one is identifying the compromised assets, so analyzing the signal from various sources. Okay, we can start analyzing the signals from various sources. Okay, so from the detected compromised device, okay, or we can even say accounts. So ensuring early detection of potential threat. Okay, it ensures the early detection of any sort of potential threats. Okay, contaminate action, let us discuss about that. So automatically isolating affected assets to prevent further malicious activities, limiting the spread of attacks, and also reducing the impact. Okay, so just like limiting the scope of attack, thereby reducing the potential damage and providing a security terms, okay, in a very timely response way. So this is how actually Defender has capability for automatic attack distribution. So MD automatic attack distribution feature enhances an organization defense by identifying compromised assets, okay, containing taking contaminate action and overall impact of the attack surface. So real world application, so let us discuss about the real world application as well. So one is credential theft attack, and there is privilege escalation attempts. So credential theft attacks and privilege escalation attempts. So behavioral blocking, okay, identified and stops attacks involving credential theft, okay, tools like Loki bot, even when the traditional antivirus solution failed to detect them. Then after privilege escalation attempts, MD detect and contaminate various variants of known malware attempt to escalate their privilege, showing their ability to adapt to evolving threats. Okay, it actually does that. Okay, credential theft. Okay, then after MDE capabilities have been instrumental in in mitigating the real world threats. Okay, including credential theft attacks and escalation attempts, and after demonstrating effectiveness in diverse scenarios. Okay, so this how actually the real world application is all about. Implementation consideration is all by how we can implement this as a security posture, as a security measure, ensure proper configuration. Okay, how we can implement this, all about maintaining updated system, adopt a zero trust model. Okay, implementing zero trust approach, actually enhances the efficiency of MDE and also all the devices which are onboarded to the MDE console. So the effective utilization of MDE isolation features, okay, organization should ensure proper configuration, maintaining updated system, adopting the zero trust model can eventually enhances the future of a any system. Last not least, that is all about conclusion. So defender for endpoint endpoint advanced isolation capabilities actually provides a robust defense mechanism, along with a sophisticated cyber threat measures, which actually helps organizations to prevent and safeguard digital environment, digital assets. So this feature also helps us in analyzing the behavioral contaminate and automatically attack distribution pattern and a comprehensive approach to the endpoint security, ensuring the organization are well equipped and also defend against any kind of evolving threats. Okay, thank you.